Hello everyone, welcome. What the fuck? I never say everyone. What's going on, husbandos and wife? Welcome to the vlog. So I thought it'd be interesting to give you guys a mini tour of my office. It is still in the works, a little bit of a mess, but I made a story about it on Instagram explaining my setup. But a lot of people, yes, it is a little bit overkill, but some people think only one monitor is good enough, 2 monitors is good enough for a streamer, but no, I'm built different. So let me take you along a tour of how things work, as well as showing you my new computer and tell you guys what's in the new computer. Let's just turn on everything, shall we? Okay, so generally, this is just my main setup. Okay, this is the new computer right now. I know a lot of you guys wanted to see or wondering what's inside. There is a AMD Ryzen 7. I wanted the Ryzen 9 5900X, but of course those are sold out. But I have the at the time I bought this pre-built, and I'm gonna tell you guys a story about this. So this was a pre-built computer, Ryzen 7 3700X with a RTX 3070 actually, which is really cool, and 16 gigs of RAM. The issue was that it came in a small motherboard. This is the new motherboard that I replaced it with, but the older motherboard that was inside the pre-built computer, the graphics card is so big that it takes up all of the slots. So it's practically impossible for me to use it. So at the end of the day, I definitely needed to upgrade this bad boy, or else I am hindering everything and there was just not enough space to put everything in. So thanks to Cry for buying me a new motherboard. I literally rebuilt everything from the ground up. The only parts that I reused from the last build is the 16 gigs of RAM, the power supply, the graphics card, and the processor. And then I added 16 more gigs of RAM and a new motherboard. Then I have 3 monitors for this computer and 2 cameras. Oh shit! I have 2 cameras, right? Obviously, this is the reaction camera. Okay, here. Let's set this up real quick. I'm going to I have a Stream Deck here. Let's open up Streamlabs OBS. I have mixed feelings about Streamlabs OBS. I have to buy a new key. God damn it. But I have mixed feelings about Streamlabs OBS. So I usually put OBS here, as you guys can see. Hello. I have the mic facing me, but let's actually move to the streaming stuff. So obviously this is the front facing camera. Here's my mic. So this is the front facing when I'm just doing chatties with the stream. Here's the close up when I'm just like saying, hey, what the fuck, right? Obviously. And then like for reaction type stuff, it's usually this one. So like when I'm doing reactions and stuff, which is this camera, which is also the close-up camera. Eventually I want to replace that camera with the same camera as this. Some people might think this looks better than this, but actually this is fake bokeh and all of that behind it. This is like my Genshin Impact screen. I want to play Genshin Impact, which is usually on here. So if I open up Genshin Impact, and then it pops up over there. So that's how I usually have it set up. It's a very basic setup. I don't have like a full layout like other streamers, but I feel like this is good enough for a good experience at least. And then I have like the desktop view if I'm like on like Chrome or something, which would be this. It's using the ultra wide. So that's what you guys are seeing here. But when I'm playing Genshin Impact, it's usually just this, which just captures the game. And then there's this. That's what we use this for. And I have like for the Elgato. This is gonna be a pretty hefty video. So yeah, this is what I use in terms of that. When I stream usually, I have a Rui stream open because, you know, I just lurk my best friend. Like, let's just say I pop this chat out. Can I pop this? Can I pop out her own chat? I cannot. So like, let's say this is my chat, right? Let's say this is my chat. I would have it over here. So while I'm, depending what game I'm playing, if it takes up the full screen, I have the chat here. Or if I'm playing Genshin Impact, usually I just have it right next to me, like somewhere right here. Right, so that's usually how I go about it. Chat is usually here. I have Discord here right now, but usually I put the chat there when I'm streaming console games, which is going to be explained here. The issue is, let's talk here. So the issue is a lot of people are saying that my setup is kind of overkill. It is, but it makes sense. It makes sense for me. Now, I do want to stress that you don't have to have a setup like this. You don't. It's just how I function. This is what makes it a little bit easier for me to kind of like navigate things and work through things seamlessly. Oh, here is also my audio what is it called, my audio interface, this one right here. So yeah, that's how it works. Now is where I play my console games. It's a little bit dirty in the corner. Maybe I'll never explain it on stream if you come to stream. So I have my second computer set up here, but this is generally where I play my console games, like my PlayStation 5, my Nintendo Switch. It's all connected via the Elgato, which is right here. I have the Elgato right there. And so through the TV, through the console game, through the Elgato, goes directly into the computer. So that way I still have these 3 monitors in use without having to use it for the console game. So I have just a designated television that I got from here. And you know, TVs are not that expensive now, especially, I don't need a 4K TV. I just went with a 1080 TV. Right now I have my computer connected to this. So people think I'm using 5 monitors, but one of them is just a reflection. But if I turn this on, I will have the other computer start up. The reason why my other computer is set up here so I can play, if I wanted a bigger screen to play like my booby games on here, I could play it on here. When it comes to, like, I still have files here that I need for work and I have to transfer it over to this one. People would say, why don't you just take out that hard drive on here, put it in here? But why would I do that when I could just have another computer, you know? So yeah, this is just another computer, but on a television. It'll be hard to play first-person shooters because I believe this is only 60 hertz. Then again, this is only 85 hertz. This is, I think this is 85 hertz too, and this is 60 hertz. So like, I'm not really a person that plays shooters. I play JRPGs, for goodness sakes, and RPGs. So, you know, like if I want to play Honey Pop, you know, if I want to play Honey Pop, it'll be a good time. Or if I want to play like Minecraft or The Last of Waifus, that's usually how we go about it. This being open is only if I really need to. It's not like I could use this as a PC to play games and use this as a streaming PC, but personally it's fine. I don't really need to do all that. That's too much. Personally, I have a computer strong enough to do it all in one. That's usually what I would do, but for the main purpose of this television is just for console games. I know for some people this is like, dude, that's super overkill, because I have friends, right? I have friends, my setup is way more, not advanced, but I have way more than they do. I spend my money on equipment because I feel like that's a better investment. On travel at the moment, obviously, if I was traveling, the setup would have come late, you know? Like attending cons, spending my money on plane tickets, but I'm not traveling anywhere, obviously. It's a pandemic. When it comes to being to where I am now to like buy my equipment, it took a while, you know? I've been doing this since 2014, so like 7 years. Well, May will be 7 years, and I'm only at a certain point. People who's never made content in their life make fun of me because they're like, oh, this YouTuber's only been doing it for a year and they're already almost at 1 million subscribers, man. People just don't like you. I believe it. You know, some people might just not like me, but at the same time, I also think that I'm like just an underrated content creator, and also I rarely collab nowadays. Like I was saying, all of this didn't come overnight. You know, obviously I'm also a working person. I have a 9-to-5 job, 40 hours a week. I have a 9-to-5, you know, that I am a working man. YouTube and Twitch is not the only thing that I'm doing right now. I would love that to be, but I'm nearly not earning enough to do that. In order to get to that point, I obviously want to invest in equipment that will benefit me as a content creator, and that's eventually what led to all of this. And a lot of it is just reusing parts. It's not like me spending a couple thousand here and there for equipment. Obviously this was a big purchase. That's the biggest purchase I have ever made in my life. But other than that, a lot of these parts, for example, the computer that's in here, like the old one, those are parts that I brought alongside with me since I was starting my YouTube channel, because I built a computer that was super overkill, but with the smallest, least expensive parts that I feel like could be upgradable, and that's what I did. I kept upgrading little by little, and eventually I was able to upgrade to the most recent. And then this year I decided, you know, I'm gonna take a step up and completely upgrade everything. This is just my setup. This is how I work. This is how I function. It feels chaotic looking from the outside in, but for me this is super organized. I still obviously need to organize my office, but this is super organized for me, and this is so much easier for me to understand. But yeah, this is literally my setup. Anyways guys, that's my shit. So I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.